Head coach, new season, everyone's 0-0.
Yeah.
How are you preparing the guys for the weekend?
Um, we're not really changing much because, to be fair, we've played quite well, and especially on Sunday. We just haven't really finished our chances. So the guys have known for a while now that we're going to be in a position to win this tournament if we play well. So there's not much we're going to change. It's hard um, to draw any real positives from the regular season in terms of results, but how they've battled and how they fought and how we've seen certain guys step up. There's a lot of positives to bring to the table. So these guys know it. They're ready for it. They're fit, and we really got nothing to lose. No one expects anything from us. We're clear underdog, and I think that's a good place to be. So Davenport's tough. They are an experienced team. They just had two really good wins on the road, so it's not going to be an easy feat. However, we tied them 2 weeks ago 0-0 at their place with two additional starters out. So we're not looking at this like, oh man, we got to play the game of our life to win. We do need to finish our chances, and if we can finally finish some chances that we create, then we're going to be in this game for sure. And we know that the matchups with Purdue the following week that this team actually has a chance. I'll bet nobody believes it, but we do. We as a coaching staff and certainly players do. So we've got nothing to lose at this point, and I think that's a good place to be, honestly, after what we've been through over the last couple of months.
So you guys have battled injuries all season long. How's the health of the team looking?
In terms of where we are health-wise with the remaining players, I think we had another knock on Sunday from one of our players. So we're kind of in the same position. We're rotating guys around, and we're getting some really good performances off the bench. The back line's pretty steady. The central midfield's gotten a lot better. Can't say enough about the way Keegan Schmidt's been playing and how he's really been consistent. And same with Cal in the back, and Keane Tunney's had a great season. So is Jan. So it's the front line that we continue to have to rotate around and got some sparks from guys. I mean, Casey Miller came on and really showed that he can be an impact player in this type of game, where we're going to ask guys to press and battle and fight, where it's not always going to be pretty soccer. And they end up getting a goal, so I don't think you can count him out. So we're somewhat healthy. We haven't any catastrophes over the last couple of weeks, but at this point in the season, both teams are probably dealing with injuries, and that's the way football goes. And for us, we're not going to make an excuse about it. We've got enough talent, and we play a good brand of football, and now's the time to go out and get a result because they deserve it. They worked hard. Should have had one on Sunday. Blew it with 2 minutes to go, but that's the way our season's gone. So at some point, the law of averages has to kick in, and what better way than at a playoff game? So
when you've been on this run of playing solid and not necessarily having the results, how do you as a coach kind of instill confidence going into, like Zach said, a tournament where everyone's
I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know if I am or not. I'm certainly not going to batter the guys. I don't think that's a positive way to coach. That's not my mentality. I'm no Bobby Knight. I don't think that's the way to approach athletes. We watch tape and we see that we do really, really good things throughout most of the field, and they know that we just have a problem putting the ball in the back of the net. It'd be different if we weren't creating the chances,
right,
and getting outshot 22-10 the other way. But we're creating the chances. We're getting the shots off. We're getting in good areas to find the goal. We're just simply not putting it in the net. And there's not much you can do about that, to be fair, in a short period of time where you can't train effectively. Those are things you work on in the off season. Those are things where you can consistently train on finishing. Right now, you can't because you're in recovery mode and preparing for the next game on a following weekend. So we just have to give them the reps when we can within reason so we don't create any more injuries. Keep telling them to believe, but they've got a really strong culture, and that's the stuff we've been working on all year long, certainly since I've got here. And so this is where the culture really needs to play a part, where we rise above some of the adversity we've had and play the best game of the season with nothing to lose, and then find yourself one game away from the GLIAC championship. So it's not the best place to be, but it's not a bad place to be because no one expects anything from you. If you lose, everyone's going to expect that, but if you win, you're one game away from the title game. So we're going to go down there and give everything we got. I know the guys will. We've got a lot of strong senior leaders, and we'll see what we can do. Looking forward to it.
Last thing, when you think about Davenport, that was
Yeah.
just last weekend. You guys kind of squared off with them. So
Right.
what can you take from that game and apply it and try and turn it into
Yeah,
this weekend?
I think you can take a lot. I didn't see them change much from when we played them 2 weeks ago to their two games this weekend. We watched the tape.
Yeah.
They're very physical, direct. They have some good individual players, but the way they sort of match up with our shape, we like the matchup, and we like the matchup when they were here at the beginning of the season. So we're definitely going to learn some lessons from that and take some lessons from the last game. Now that we've got Nico and Jan back on the field, that they weren't there last time we played Davenport. That's certainly going to help. So now it's about performing and executing when it really, really matters. And we've been pushing that all season long. And I think the culture and how much these guys fight all season long will give us a chance. If this team had given up 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, like most teams would in the predicament that we're in, I don't give us a chance. But that's not what this team's done. They've continued to fight and battle for each other. And so in terms of Davenport, you're going to need that. They're always a physical, tough, direct team that last year was in the GLIAC Championship. 2 years ago, they were in the NCAA tournament. So they're experienced, and they know what they're doing. But we like the matchup, and we're going to go and give everything we got.